finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR.
Okay, so what do I do? It's not that complicated, man. You just point and shoot. I don't know. I've never done this before. Yeah, and it'll be the last time you ever do it either. Hey, everybody, look at this. Stop shaking the camera, dude. Hey, stop it. Hey, how you doing? Steve Dangle here. San Jose, California. Because Steve Dangle Podcast, that's STP. We're down here because we're going to be having a whole lot of fun. And the Leafs had a whole lot of fun in this one. And the real fun is Thursday when the Leafs come here. But in the meantime, Leafs win 7-2 over the Philadelphia Flyers. A proper kicking of the butt, which we haven't seen nearly enough out of this team. But we saw it tonight. So what are we going to complain about? Nothing. That's right. Oh, Steve, I don't know about how Scott Laughton's been in the. You shut up. You shut up your face. Hey, let me tell you about Scott Laughton after I explain what we're doing here. So once again, Steve Dangle Podcast. We're in California. We're here for a number of days. We already recorded a show. Some of you probably already saw that up in the SDPN YouTube channel. The podcast is up right now. We talked to Ethan Cardwell and Andrew Podorowski from the San Jose Barracuda. And we also recorded an interview with Jonathan Becker, the president and alternate governor of the San Jose Sharks. Jonathan Becker is going to be in tomorrow's episode of the podcast. Cardwell and Podorowski are already in today's episode that was uploaded today. So basically, what happened, the Sharks invited us down to go and see a bunch of different games. We're going to go see Leaf Sharks on Thursday. We're going to go see Sharks Rangers on Saturday. And we're going to see the Barracuda play the... Are they doing something? Is it weird? Is it weird? I got very distracted too. Barracuda versus Abbotsford Canucks for a couple games. We're going to go see practices. We already got to see the practice facility. We're getting to see everything down here, and it just happened to coincide with the Leafs road trip out to California where they're going to play the Sharks, Kings, and Ducks. I'm actually going to be home in time to do the LFR video for the Ducks game at home in the Blue Room. So that's pretty cool. So let's talk about this game, which we watched on an iPad. In the first two periods, we watched in a Mexican restaurant. It was unreal. Salmon tacos, unreal. Jesse, unreal. And what was the name of that coffee?
Oh, cinnamon.
It was like sugar. Black coffee with cinnamon and sugar. It was so good, but the coffee wasn't that powerful because that is that is Adam Wild across the street. He's sleeping on a concrete bench. He's having a real good time. Then we actually watched the third period on that bench. So here's what happened. Leafs won 3 straight, and we were all really happy about it, right? Okay. Then they dropped what should have been an easy one on Saturday, and it means more to us that it's Saturday, right? It does. It means more to us when it's hockey night in Canada, and they ate it against the Predators. Not only were they not the better team, not only did they lose, they kind of got killed a little bit after the first period. So we were unhappy about it. We're a damaged, fragile fan base. Let's be honest. We've had a lot of trauma and a lot to go through. And we have trust issues with this team. When you play the Flyers on 2 days rest at home before a 3-game California road trip, you have to win that game. That's the beginning, middle, and end of it. Naturally, the Flyers take a 1-0 lead after getting outplayed from the moment the game began. Until final horn. Ryan Poehling, underrated Leafs killer, hat trick in his first game against the Leafs way back when. Can't remember when. All I remember is that Jesse and I and Adam were at Real Sports and we had a few drinks. Maybe that's why I can't remember exactly what year it was. Did the Leafs win in the playoffs that year because that was the last game of the regular season? No, they don't. So they all blend together, so I forget when it was exactly. He scored because he got away from everyone, and here it is. They're not tired. They don't have the disadvantage of being the road team. They are just forgetting. They are just getting outplayed. They are just exactly what we feared they are. Until John Tavares scores and he ties it up and we feel much better about ourselves. And William Nylander with the beautiful assist on that. And William Nylander getting rewarded by scoring a goal off of a Flyers foot. And it's 2-1 Leafs after one. Heading into the second period, Bobby McMahon is alone. Tavares alone. Nylander alone. David Kampf had a partial break. Domi scored at the end. I know it's a Couturier got one. I don't care. There is something I want to go off on because I'm really happy the Leafs won, and they won because they should win, right? Even though they should win, you need to take joy in those victories. I don't do this often. Flyers fans, if I were you. It's been a while since I've done this segment, really. So the other day, because I'm a sick puppy when it comes to my fantasy sports, I'm getting rocked this week. I'm getting rocked. I'm going to lose in the playoffs. But it wasn't in the first round because of last week. It wasn't in the first round. I'm going to lose, but it wasn't in the first round. That's okay, kids. Hey, a win is a win. There were years where we would have killed for that kind of outcome, right? So I watch a lot of random hockey games. I probably do that anyway, but when there's extra stakes, I'm watching even more. One of the games I had on this past weekend was the Flyers taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Sometimes hockey is so bad it's good, and that described that game. There were 11 goals. Do you like goals? There were 11 of them. The Flyers lost 7-4 to the Blackhawks. Like Chicago, the ones that play in Chicago. I got so close to the camera you could see every blackout on my face. Listen, they lost 7-4 to the Blackhawks. That means this game was the Blackhawks' second straight game giving up. Sorry, not the Blackhawks. It was the Flyers. Live, it's hard. It was the Flyers' second straight game giving up 7 goals. Oh, well, it's got to be the goaltending. You're right and you're wrong on account of it was 2 different goalies. It was Ivan Fedotov, who looked unplayable on Saturday. I know he's been a bit better recently, but he looked unplayable on Saturday. Look how low the planes fly, by the way. I know I was in the middle of a good tangent. I don't care. He looked unplayable on Saturday. Sammy Urson, that dude represented his country. He got into more games than Aiden Hill at the Four Nation Faceoff. That's a thing that happened. It's actually mind-blowing. Here's why I wanted to point it out. They've lost 6 straight. They have won 2 out of 13 games in March. They had a 5 or 6 game homestand in Philadelphia, and I believe they won one of those games. Weirdly, they have 2 wins this month, and they're against Winnipeg and Tampa, which is like pretty impressive. But there's no way to make winning 2 out of 13 games good. So what is it? You watch this game, all the body language everywhere is awful. John Tortorella looks like a guy out of ideas. And I'm not saying the Flyers should fire him because he's a bad coach. I'm saying maybe it's time for a change in scenery because this dude was supposed to take over the team, take over the identity, take over the culture, right? Instill a work ethic in the Flyers that was supposed to take them to the next level. They ain't there. In fact, they're getting worse. As the season progresses and teams, the good teams, are supposed to be playing better and better and better hockey, last year they faltered bad. This year they faltered bad. And he looks completely out of answers. He called a timeout after the Leafs made it 5-1. Is it goaltending? Unequivocally, yes. They're bad. They're bad. Urson's not very good. He came into this game with a sub 890. And Fedotov is the other option, and somehow that dude makes more than Anthony Stolarz and Joseph Woll, maybe combined. He's going to make more than Stolarz next year. That's a thing. That's a real thing. Thank you, Brad. So, okay, well, if goaltending's so bad, explain which ones they should have had. They should have had a few of them. The defense in front of them is horrendous. I don't know what the solution is with the Flyers. You are getting dangerously close. In fact, I think you're in the territory where you're making change just to try some stuff. I think the way a team interprets its own results matters. Take, for example, the San Jose Sharks. I don't compare them so much to the Flyers as much as I compare them to the Blackhawks. Both teams have legitimately great prospect pools. The Chicago Blackhawks have a crazy prospect pool. A lot of them play in the OHL. A lot of them are frequently featured in our Oh Wow videos on SDPN. So I know about their prospect pool. I know it's very good. I know their future should be good. The Sharks, in the same boat. Sharks and boats. They're aquatic, you see. They're also going to be very good in, I think, very short order. Shorter order than people think, even though they traded everything that wasn't tied down, and like Mario Ferraro and Tyler Toffoli, basically. The attitudes of the two teams are completely different. Celebrini looks like he's always having the time of his life. I don't remember the last time Connor Bedard smiled, right? The Philadelphia Flyers gave me the same impression during this game, and I didn't see a joy. I didn't see an anger even. You got to be able to be angry that you're down 5-1, 6-1 for crying out loud and end up losing a game 7-2. The only life I saw from them at all, Erston got ran over a couple times. Nobody cared. The only anger I saw at all, Delorier tried to start something with Benoit, and Benoit very wisely was like, one, we're winning. Two, you'll kill me. So why would I take part in any of that? Okay, this is a little insert because I straight up forgot to talk about Scott Laughton. It's live. It's really difficult. Shut up. You do it. Listen, did Laughton have the most productive game? No. I wanted to see him score. He didn't. He's here to chip in, for sure. He's not necessarily here to score a ton of goals. What I want to see the Leafs do is put him in a position to succeed, which I talked about before. Keep him somewhere. I think you should be playing him at center. You could do this Domi, Robertson, whatever line. Play him at center. I think that's why you got him. I know that's why you got him. You should be doing it long term. Don't worry about the fourth line, Yarncroke and Kampf and Lorentz. Don't worry about any of that. Laughton should be playing third line, however you deploy it, however you put it on. I think what they're just trying to do, he's been with the Flyers his whole life. They talked about that on the broadcast. It's been a probably weird few weeks. He's had some family stuff. He's obviously had to uproot his life. He's with a new team, new system, even though he did play under Craig Berube much earlier in his career. We always need something to complain about, something to nitpick. And I think we just have better things to do than to pick on the guy who just got here. Now, I know it's big boy sports, professional sports. They spent a first-round pick on the dude, Grabenkin, who we really love. I get that. That's spilt milk. That doesn't help you win the next game. It doesn't help you win the next shift. And it doesn't help this player get acclimatized. He needs to be put in a position to do what he does best, kill penalties, bang, crash, be a nuisance, and the goals and points will come. That's how I see it. Speaking of anger, I need the Leafs to parlay this performance into a little anger. I want them to feel good about themselves for this game, especially that second line, which was on fire. I know they scored in different contexts. Bobby McMahon got a goal. Tavares got two. Nylander got two. Kampf and Domi chipping in a couple. We want more depth scoring. Hey, there's a little depth scoring, okay? There's reasons for this team to be happy. What happened when the Leafs played the Sharks? Do you remember what happened when the Leafs played the Sharks? There was one. Adam and I were on the Amazon thing. We were on their little TV show, intermission panel. It was a lot of fun. And the fun stopped there because the Sharks got the Leafs to cough up a 2-0 lead, went to overtime, went to the shootout, and who won? The Sharks. And now, this team that fancies themselves a contender has the opportunity to start a road trip right against a team that finds itself in last place. They're in a great mood, but they're in last place. And they beat you in your barn. I know you're saving yourself for the playoffs. I know you have bigger fish to fry than a Thursday night regular season game against the San Jose Sharks. You're not a little pissed they beat you? I need you to be. I need you to be. Because I'm going to be in enemy territory here, even though they've been very nice. And they also invited us. And maybe it's not enemy territory for me. But guess what? It is for you. And I'm cheering for you. So, you know what? It's complicated. It's complicated for me. It shouldn't be complicated for you. You got the Kings, who are ridiculous hot on Saturday. Ridiculous hot. And then you got the Ducks on a Sunday. That's always weird, right? You have an opportunity to walk in to what used to be known as Death Valley and claim it as your own and arrive back home victorious, winners of 4 straight. And I tell you what, we forgot about this because of the Nashville loss. They're winners of 4 of their last 5. I think that's pretty good. Get the win on Thursday. Play with anger because you're going to be playing with nothing but that when the playoffs arrive. This team, very calm, unshakable. Yeah, we're pretty cool. I don't want any of that. I want this team to embody how their fan base feels so often, and that is completely pissed off. Play with that rage and parlay it into a couple points. Jesse, I think I did a really good job. I did such a good job. Thank you for taking over the camera from Hat Guy, by the way. My friends, for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that producer Drew is so talented at what he does that he's going to make an end screen that's going to have our itinerary for this San Jose trip to show you the things that we're doing. And if you're in California, you can see us too.